Welcome to the Sports Vine on KVON 1440. I'm Terry Simpkins, your host, along with Mark McLeod and Charles Kennedy. This morning we have the Bleacher Bums. Not all of them, not all the bums that are sitting in the bleachers, but we have a group of people who are trying to raise some funds to improve the Napa High baseball diamonds, both JV and varsity. And if you went to Napa High or you watched games at Napa High, you know why they want to do that. Or had to go
to the bathroom at a game at Napa.
Yeah. You know why they want to do that. And we have Todd Pridey in here, along with Mel Engel and Mike Blum. Todd, you're probably the reason this all got started. You just said, mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore, or something like that.
Well, actually, for the last 15 years, we've been out there working hard and working with the kids and trying to put the best product on the field that we can. And over that time period, plus a little bit longer, the facility on the opposite side of the fence from the baseball field has continued to fall into disarray. And I tried to be a little proactive with it and a little bit of a squeaky wheel with it many years ago. And we just ran the district. The budget, everything, it kind of went against us with trying to do anything about it through the school. And as far as this most recent effort, I didn't really have much to do with it. It was a very motivated and excited group of people from the community who have some kind of connection to Napa High School that wanted to make a difference.
Well, they probably could read your body language about what you were having to put up with on the diamonds. It's something that, like I was telling Mel and Mike this morning, that I used to run in the 60s. They had, during Kennedy's administration, he had a program where everybody had to run an obstacle course. And there were a lot of obstacles right there around the field. And I can only imagine being a third baseman calling for a foul pop-up and running into one of those pipe things that they had out there that you had to climb over. But it surrounded that whole field all the way down to the football field and the track. So and those, I don't know when they took those out, but nothing else really got any better. And the only thing that I can say that it got improved from then to now is they've paved that parking area on the side of the fence all the way down whatever street that is.
Yeah, right along Marin Street. They did that a number of years ago, and it did clean up. It did clean up the look of Marin Street along the Napa High side. It created parking, and for the students and for the folks that live along the street.
Yeah.
And that cleaned up that area quite a bit. We've worked hard with working and maintaining a very nice playing surface and facility, and it truly was the only thing that really didn't jive was the seating for the fans and just the general upkeep of the area back there. And like I said, the program, the high school, the community is very fortunate to have this group being so proactive to make a change out there.
Yeah, Mel and Mike, we talked a little bit this morning about what was going on, and it's too bad this isn't TV because you got some real pictures that could explain why you're doing what you're doing and what you plan to have, and we hope that you really get there. But tell us the things that you're going to be doing to start this off. Well, you've already started off. Tell us how you determine where you're at right now. I asked you how far you were, and you had this cute little thing you said about being on.
We're actually, kind of a little bit of a background to add what Todd was saying is that we as parents and interested people, citizens, having sat in these seats, were obviously annoyed that we had to have that, given the nice Napa facilities that are around town, with the Memorial Stadium being built and how nice that is. We all kind of put our hands in the air saying, what can we do about it? Because we knew that public funds were not going to be available to do anything at the baseball field. And right now, the school administrators have had to remove an entire bleacher section of the varsity field due to the seats' dilapidated and unsafe condition. Other bleacher, concession, dugout, restroom, and press box areas of both fields are also in need of replacement, and it's really its time has come. So, motivated by a shared desire to turn this rundown facility into something in which Napa can take pride, the Bleacher Bums, as we call ourselves, a diverse collection of parents and citizens, dedicate ourselves to actually doing something about it. I'd like to take a minute and just identify who they are. I and Chris Dearden are the chairs of the group. Patrick McCardle, a banker, is the finance chair. Tom LeMasters, another banker, is the Bank of Napa, is with our team. Joel Gentry, who's a contractor of his own company, is our hardscape chair. Lee Abernathy, who's a Napa native and a Napa High School advocate, is our logistics chair. Mike Blom with us today. He's the CEO of Napa Barrel Care, is our marketing chair. Don Evans, he's the Napa Valley Unified School District school planning and construction manager. He's had decades of experience, including Memorial Stadium that he built, is a key member of our team. Kelly Solomon, who's the CEO of Coast Landscapes Management and a bank board member, is on our team. Anae Priddy, who is Todd's wife, Joel Gentry, Patty Kunihiro, and Paige Dearden round out the 12. So what we did is we said, okay, let's plan our work and work our plan. So we had ourselves probably 2 or 3 months, 2 months of planning and trying to understand exactly what was needed. And we used the help with pro bono help of architects and engineering firms to actually help us design what the actual footprint would look like. And we're glad to say that we've actually let a purchase order now with what we call Phase 1 or Flight 1. So we've gone to first base with planning our work and going to second base now with actually making the purchase order let. And so what we've actually done now is we've agreed to we've actually raised $182,000 out of our $450,000 budget for demolition, infrastructure, the fees that we need to pay to the appropriate people, civil engineering. We actually purchased the bleachers and the Bleachers Foundation. What remains now is that if we were actually to do that, we'd leave Todd in the lurch because there wouldn't be any dugouts and there wouldn't be any concession stand, there wouldn't be any press box. So we need to continue on with it with our fundraising. So the next step is continued infrastructure. We have obviously some additional fees. We're going to build a restroom, concessions and press box, dugouts, and they're going to be sunken. The only sunken dugouts that we have that we know of in the local area. The backstop will be redone. There's going to be a wall of fame to honor those people who are donating the money, fencing and other things. And we're going to actually go to the junior varsity field and do some improvements there. So we're in scoring position. We're in second base. We're on the way home. And one of the things we want to do today is to heighten the awareness that this is a private funding opportunity. There's no public money at all coming in. It's all from interested people. And we've been fortunate being able to cobble together small donations and big donations alike. So what we would like to do is to let everybody know that we have a website where you can learn more about this. It's called napableacherbums.org. You can actually look at Google and actually see and look up Napa Bleacher Bums, and that site will surface. So if you're inclined to write a check, the check should go to Napa High Athletic Boosters, and make sure you put a memo on there about Bleacher Bums, and the money will go to a good cause.
Oh, that's great. That's it seems like you've got a lot of people interested, as they say, old blues. And the good part about that is that the old blues go back into the late 19th century. So, if they're still alive,
is Frank Humpert involved in this at all?
Yes, Frank. We went to visit Frank, and he wrote a nice check. We thank
good.
Frank very much. Right.
Yeah, the Humperts have always been. Frank is going to continue to run around that football field, tapping people on the head before the game as long as he can do it. He's not getting all of them now, but he's getting as many.
And it's still amazing. I mean, no matter how cold I get down there, I look and he's in shorts and just looks like he can handle it. And
well, at least now he's smart enough to take a chair down there and sit. Because I know what it's like to have the bad back, and so it's good. It's good that he still does that for Napa High. And in fact, how about Zanardi? Is he out involved in this and promoting your? He's usually more of a mouthpiece than anything else for.
Yeah, he is. On the financial side, not so much, but on the spirit side, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's always got Napa High interest front and center.
Definitely.
And I'm sure in his many travels that he has spread the word and been a good steward on our
definitely.
behalf.
There's a number of great coaches that have come down the line, Todd, you being one of them, Clint Smith, Clarence Ty, a lot of people don't realize, was coaching at Napa High before he went to Vintage. And with that, there was some great teams and people on those teams. How many of those great players have you heard from in this effort?
Well, as far as direct connection or direct donation, I'm not sure that we've necessarily completed the circle. Bob Mount absolutely was instrumental. He graduated from Napa High School in 1961, and he made a very, very generous donation to our project. But and Warren Brewster through Jennifer Brewster, right. they're involved. But really, we've reached out to a number of people throughout. Tried to get this out to as many folks as possible, and there's been fantastic support from the community. And
well, like I say, with the Old Blues, you can count on them keeping the dream alive because they, something about high school graduates in this city is if you went to Napa High, and I went to Napa High, you have a lot of pride in that, and you carry it on, and for some reason when you went to school you didn't have that much pride, but when you graduated and you look back at all the accomplishments that are going on, you can say I was a Napa High graduate,
Well, and I very proudly can, and in the 4 years that I was there, graduating in '89, I'm not sure if I truly appreciated the 4 years that I spent there and the people that I got to meet. And
right.
But you're very correct. There is a deep sense of pride in graduating from Napa High School. It's I'm fortunate enough to teach and coach at the school that I went to, and if you asked me to put my finger on it, I couldn't. But there's
right.
something very special and unique.
It really is. It definitely is. In fact, we talked a little bit, Mel, about fundraisers that you may have from now on, and tell us a little bit about what you've got going on there.
In addition to the fundraising one-on-one kind of conversations that the Bleacher Bums are having with the community, and we're not stopping there, but we have a major announcement. Mary's Pizza Shack on the 29th of August has graciously said that 20% of their sales, total store for the Napa location, will go to the Bleacher Bums, which is something that's very generous on their part, and we'd like to encourage everybody to go buy their favorite pizza or Italian meal on the 29th of August, all day, all their sales, 20% of their sales dollars will go.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that'll help.
That'll get you. The problem with that, it'll get you between second and third. Now you're hung up in you're going to have a rundown. You need to get somebody
yourself
that's
in a pickle.
Get yourself into third base there. But that's something that, again, you can count on the community and the businesses in the community that will always get behind it, whether it's Napa High, Vintage High, Justin Siena. They all seem to know what it means for their high schools and what they need to do.
And we should also thank Jay at Squeeze In Burgers. He last week we did a dine and donate at his place there in the Redwood Plaza.
Oh yeah,
and that
if you like cheese, that's the place to go.
Yeah, I do,
especially if
and they got great fries.
That was a big thanks to Jay.
Yeah, great. Well, that's and here's a guy who he's obviously he's got a business, in town, but what people don't realize is just because he's a business owner doesn't mean that he's not a paycheck to paycheck guy, which small business guys usually are, and he finds that that he needs to help and give to this type of a cause.
Well, and like you said, he's a younger version, but he is an old blue as well. He's a Napa High grad.
Right, there it is.
Right.
It's that pride again that comes out, and it's something that having been involved with Vintage High, because my kids went to Vintage High, I can tell you that the desire to have that type of pride at Vintage High is something that they're working on all the time. And I don't know how long it takes, because I don't know, they've been around, what, 25, 30 years?
Or
maybe?
what does it? It's one of those things you never know.
But how many years is it where it really starts to set in and happen? Because all of us weren't around, when it had that kind of pride for Napa High where it started.
I think it's usually, my guess would be that in this town we've got second, third, fourth generation. Who have gone through Napa High's door.
Right.
And I believe Vintage High School is close to 40 years old.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready for their second generation. So I'm sure that that whatever they are seeking as far as that Napa High kind of feeling, it should be on the way.
Yeah. Well, they have just started a Vintage High School Athletic Hall of Fame like Napa High, and they're doing it to the letter of what Napa High does because they've done such a great job at Napa High. So hopefully that it's good when the whole community has what's going on at Napa High, has it going on at every school, because my doing the football broadcasts every Friday night, my desire is to have a playoff game between Napa and Vintage to determine who goes to the section championship. That would be the greatest thing that could happen. And they obviously can't play for the section championship because they're in the same league. But I mean, if they were to play in a playoff game to go there, I don't think that you could. If you know what scalping is, you could sit outside the Memorial Stadium at that point, and you could really get a lot for your tickets. I might sell my ticket.
There you go.
Yeah, you could sell your mic.
I'll sell my spot on the field.
Yeah, sure. At any rate, you guys are doing.
And Mike, what do you got there? There's some pamphlets or.
Well, I helped put together sort of the presentation for the bleachers, and so that when Mel or myself or any of the other bums go out, they actually have something that they can show people. They can discuss the history of the school. We've got a list of folks like Bill Buckner and Warren Brewster that came through the school, Bob Porter, a number of guys that actually went on to the majors and played there, or at least were drafted there. And then we also have a listing of just some of the more recent kids that actually went through. We've got Ben Ballantyne at Michigan. We want to illustrate, and I know from firsthand experience that experiences on the baseball field, experiences in participating in sports really can impact you down the road, impact your life and the decisions you make and such.
Oh, definitely.
And so the whole emphasis with this presentation is to be able to show that, that contributing to the cause, participating in the cause will actually help not just, Napa High parents, but, there's all these kids. Todd coaches summer ball. The kids on his summer ball team are not just kids that are going to go to Napa High. They're kids that are going to go to Vintage or Justin or wherever they may go. And so we have Joe DiMaggio, we have American Legion, we have a bunch of other kids that utilize this field too. And so we want to be able to have people understand that the impact truly is community-wide.
Yes, definitely.
It's not just has a singular focus, but it's very broad-based. And so it was part of my task in this group to be able to illustrate that. I help run. We have a Facebook page, so you can go to the Facebook page. You can like us. You can see our progress as people make donations. We illustrate those donations on the Facebook page. Reach out to thank them. You'll have the Mary's Pizza Shack flyer on the Facebook page, so that you can have that as a reminder.
Well, that's a great avenue to be able to get to and get the word out as well. Because Facebook is just huge. It
is, and we pick up more likes and we pick up more people, and it's just a great way to be able to communicate with people in the community so that they can see what we're doing, and
it helps them feel a part of it too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and that's the entire goal.
I think that's part of that pride is people like to come back and rejoin that family if they've been around for a while or been away for a while, and get back in the swing of what Napa High has going on, and they want to be part of that, just like they were then, just like Corky, right, Corky?
Yeah, I was just going to suggest that as much as this reflects an adoration to Napa High School, it also reflects a major respect for baseball. And you hate to see the stadium fall into that kind of disrepair because it kind of reflects. Well,
that's true, and you almost have to be a baseball fan to really know what we're talking about, to get out there and at Napa High and see that the entrance to a Napa High baseball game hasn't changed in probably 50 years. I mean, it's the same in fact, if you were to change this and somebody came in from out of town, they'd think they're at the wrong spot. If you were to change it to what you've got, down here in pictures, because it's just a beautiful job that you've put together to actually come in there. I think Todd, you might even get lost trying to open up the gate to go to the field.
Well, if it weren't for the amount of time I spent out there, I might. But it's the entrance. Truly, it's a double just a double gate that allows access for large vehicles to come through if we need to do some work or whatever kind of repair might need to be done out there. But I would encourage everybody
don't forget the porta potty there too.
Yeah, the porta potty.
Yeah, the porta potty is the first thing you see as you come on in, and it's we could at least paint it blue and gold.
Turn left at the porta potty. Yeah.
But no, if I would encourage everybody to go to NapaBleacherBums.org or check the Facebook page out, and you'll see what's in the works, and there is an absolutely gorgeous entryway that is also in the plans that will really just kind of put an exclamation point on everything that's going. It'll be the first thing you see when you come through, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And to be able to attend a game, to sit in these the bleachers. We're talking about seats, fold down seats. We're talking about the bleachers being raised a little bit with the dugouts being sunk. That will improve every sight line out there for the viewing experience. So there's a lot of great things, and I think anybody that can check it out online really should, because whether you're gonna anybody's interested in donating to the cause or not, there should be an excitement level in the community for what's going on out there.
I believe you're right. I think that it's hard to convey this on radio, because people listening may think there's just five guys just BSing us about money they want to raise. But if you see what you're trying to do,
go out
then,
there.
Yeah. First, that's a best thing. Go down Marine Street, see what it is now.
Yeah.
Then
It's a disaster.
Go look it up on Facebook or the website, and then you can find out what they're trying to do. And at that point, everybody's looking for a write-off, as I am every year too. So what a better write-off than to give back to the community in this way, and then save yourself some money on taxes too.
So 501c3 approved is what he's saying.
Yeah. So good. That's I think you guys are doing a great job. You want to repeat that the website again? And
sure. The check should be made out to Napa High Athletic Boosters, and in the memo section of your check, we should say Bleacher Bums, so it goes to the right place. And the webpage is NapaBleacherBums.org. And you can look us up on Google just by putting Napa Bleacher Bums if you're so inclined. And you'll see the pictures there, and you'll see what we're talking about. And clearly this is a citizen-driven event, and we really need your help. Thanks
and no donation is too small.
Exactly.
And the 29th?
Oh, the 29th,
Mary's
right,
Pizza Shack?
of August, Mary's Pizza Shack. Make sure that you
I'll
you
go
come
eat.
there.
As long as I go there, I'm going there. That's where I'll go. That's a great deal. Okay, we appreciate what you're doing for Napa High and the community. And we wish you a lot of luck, and we hope you don't get hung up between second and third like we talked. But
we're in scoring position.
All right.
You actually get around third and go right into score. So good luck, you guys, and thanks for coming on and sharing it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Our next guest, Leah Wallace from Vintage High and Sac State.